to write about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Spending time all alone, sending my songs to the phone, dreaming of a better home while focused on trying to hone this craft, witchcraft. I hope the blue hearts let this last.
I don't know if the earth is painted blue. I don't know.
That was a great sounds of Watson with Outside on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ Bluez is in the building. EZ Bluez, you are better with introductions than me. Who do we have with us today on Behind the Brand? You're up to bat.
No, we are in a society, in a world that really just pushes the status quo. We really, our education is just to be smart enough to work a regular job. You know, our life is just to be just like your next door neighbor. It's never to push further. But this man will take it, whether it be a lyrical battle, a producer battle, laying down phenomenal tracks. Every time, he's not just good. He's not just excellent. He's actually beyond excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together. Not if you're driving. If you're driving, keep your hands at 10 and 2 because we don't need any car accidents right now. Let's be real. But put your hands together mentally for our very good brother, BX. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is an honor. It is a privilege. You know, we see each other every Monday in passing, but now it's nice to see each other in a Monday to have something to promote. So I'm loving it, loving it, loving it.
No doubt.
How are you?
Man. Thanks for having me.
Now, for the people that don't know, for the people that have been living under a rock for the past umpteen, years, who are you and what do you do and why did we decide to hit you up and say, hey, come on the show and let's talk about what you have to talk about? Because tonight's actually something to promote, correct?
Definitely. Like you said, I'm BX, Your Excellence, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? With many names. Rapper / producer / actor. I mean, I do everything pretty much. You know, I like to stay active as much as possible. Like you said, like tonight, we got a beat for beat platform. So it's two producers up there battling. You know, if you're familiar with it, you know, I'm battle savvy all across the board, as you said. That's just in me, very competitive, and you know, tonight's gonna be fun. I don't know about fun on his side, but
those who do not know, he's a man of few words. He gets it done, but when it comes to action, he definitely does not disappoint. I remember seeing a first battle of you. It was on YouTube. It was like way back. I think it was like 2012, 2013. I think you almost made a dude cry. I forgot who it was, but you literally almost made a person cry, and it was just.
I know you
talking about National Geographic videos when you see a lion just eat a gazelle.
Because they zoomed in on his face like real close at the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. And that battle actually was like,
yeah,
that was 2 weeks prep.
Mm.
I already was working on a battle, and then me and that guy ended up started talking junk back and forth in the chat, and then just it happened like that. So probably like 15 days prep.
Now, is that the minimum requirement when it comes to battle rapping? Just 2 weeks? And I mean, just study that individual, just, to get the whole material right, because that takes a lot of thought and a lot of effort. You should really actually be like a full-on sport battle rapping. It takes a lot out of you.
For some people, it takes more. I'm not on no URL or nothing, so I ain't getting paid no big time money. So if I was getting paid that, then it's a difference. It's like it's like work. Like, for this is more so like a hobby. It's something for me to do. Like before URL existed or any battle platform existed that social media knows of today, I was doing that already in the club scenes back then. Blaze battles, you know, different little things back then, you know. So for me, you know, being, I guess, the old school dude now, so then it wasn't really, you didn't have time to go study somebody and tap into what they was doing in their hood or you know, their mishaps, and we didn't have all that. So it was, you had a notebook full of rhymes that you memorized, and for the most part, a lot of people back then was recycling rhymes. Cause you go to another hood, you use, you might switch up a word or two if you're able to do that on the go. You know, that's the era I'm from. So it was a transition for me. Like, I wasn't really trying to tap in and study somebody's background and all that, you know what I mean? Like, so, it took some time for me to understand that, and then I know how to troll well. So, utilizing that makes, better conversation or things to talk about with your opponent to find out, certain things, what's bothering him or what, so it's different. But for me, I can't, like, I got a battle December 11th that I knew about for about 2 months now. And I haven't wrote nothing yet. I mean, I have stuff in my head that I put together, but I haven't put it down yet, because with that time frame, like 2 months and all that, I'm gonna mess up or something, because like I need like fresh time. Like from right now, this point, and until next month, I'm good. But all that extra time in between, I do too much other stuff, so I'm not really going.
Now, you served our country. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, did that bring out the competitive side out of you, or you always had this drive for competition ever since a young age?
That enhanced it. It was always installed in me. My mother's in the military. Both my grandfathers is in the military. My mother, uncles, cousins. You know what I'm saying? So I came from a military family, pretty much. But before that, I was an athlete, competitive in all sports. So pretty much the same thing for me.
Any championships?
He came close in Hamden, I believe, and I got in Job Corps we won the basketball championship actually, and that was about it.
Interesting.
Okay, as we go back down memory lane.
Well, no, see, it's really interesting, and for those who don't really understand, hip hop really did start in more that the battle form. As for, you'd be hanging out on the street corner, you would hear, you have someone, either a DJ or a boombox, and you'd be going line for line, and that's really where it came through. And as per for those who don't think other forms of music have this type of competition, they obviously have never actually been involved with any of that kind of stuff, because it's there. But hip hop has really, it's become such integrated into the culture itself that it's phenomenal, and I love to see it, and I love to to actually feel it and to understand the progression, because it's really what it comes down to. And to be honest, for those who have served, as well as I do, you sit around in that smoke pit and you rip people apart anyway. So that's just the way it goes. And if you find people that are in another branch, or as the people in the Army say, the inferior branches, then you just have more things to say to them and more ways to say it. And making people cry, I mean, that just means you get to go up in rank a lot better. So I do see how it enhances or it intensifies that competition drive,
because it's all, even like military, it's all a mind game. You take away the combat, like not everybody's going to see combat. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, some people go there to get college, a college ride. They do that, stay in some logistics or something, and you're good. But either way, you still have to deal with rank and people trying to pull rank on you. And once you get past all that, like, it's a mind game. Most, some people, they just love their job, so they're gonna, you might have a Major Payne. Like, I had a drill sergeant that sounded exactly like Major Payne. He was just dark skinned. Like, and he knows he sounded like him. So he did everything to, what I mean? But it was still serious, but it was a playful manner, but you knew he was not playing no games.
Mm-hmm.
So like even that, like, I still remember that to this day because Major Payne was one of my favorite movies. But
Right.
to see someone actually doing it, he took something he seen on TV, utilized it because it fit his image to the T. Bald head, black guy, drill sergeant, So and he had that southern drawl where his voice was squeaky like that already. So
Oh man.
you knew he was, he was not playing no games, and he was going to teach you to be the best soldier you could be. So that's what it was at the end of the day. But like even that, like the fact that he took a joke and made it seriousness, made some seriousness out of it to reach some people that might not be able to, because got some people that wasn't supposed to be there that end up graduating because we're all one. So we one slack, and we gotta because in basic training you're accountable for the person that's not doing correct. So we all gonna be doing a bunch of push-ups because of this. So like I said, that's a mind game. Life is a mind game.
Sure.
And it's a competition. Everybody's racing to get to the top.
No, it's true. No, it's so true. And one of the things that I definitely took out of the Army is complacency equals death. And people who 100% have been following your career can never, ever, they can call you a lot of things. Complacent is not one of them. Whether it be you trolling in the comments of the beat for beat thing, which gives me some of the most wonderful giggles is watching certain producers break down and feel they should be bigger than they are, but they got complacent, and they hopefully they realize that and they're able to grow from it, because that's really like what people don't seem to understand is when, at least for me, when I am having conversations in the beat for beat aspect and some people's feelings are getting hurt, I'm hoping that it's pushing them to get better. I'm hoping that they're like, hey, this weird bearded white man that plays punk rock music is calling me out on my nonsense. Why would he do that? He doesn't know this life. Meanwhile, I've been rocking Run DMC since kindergarten, homie. Let's be real.
Exactly. Like just going off of a stereotype and what you think, like, and that's not the case. Like so, and like a lot of, like you said, like a lot of people, a lot of the criticism that comes with beat for beat. Like first of all, 99% of us are all family. You know what I'm saying? So we talk this junk to each other on a regular, off screen, regular, worse than probably what we do in the chat. Like what people don't understand. Like we go to the dojo, we're in there talking all day. That's what we do. So when you see us do it in the comments or or in chat, the live feed, bro, that's normal stuff. Like we know, some know that it's gonna come with looking at it and be like, oh, like I know I'm the bad guy. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I don't have no problem with it, like, because I'm gonna show up and show out one way or another. You gonna like me or dislike me? Like, it doesn't matter. Whether you like or dislike me, you paid attention. You have to pay attention to me to figure out you dislike me. You know what I'm saying? So and I know my demographics, so I appeal to who I appeal to. Like that's my aim. I know it might come with getting some new fans. That's great, but fans are finicky nowadays.
Well, I really want to. You opened up that door, and I really want to sit and talk about that, because a lot of the artists that are coming up, no matter what the genre of music, they don't understand their demographic, and that is huge. You have to. So why don't we? How did you discover your demographic, and how are you able to stay true to that?
I'm from the golden era of it, so I was always a boom bap type of, I gravitated, because when I went to the military, I was like forced to, and at that time was when the South was just on the rise, 98, so the South was just thriving. I'm working in the club part-time when I'm not in the military doing my stuff, so I have to, we set up a battle setting. So I'm battling artists in different places. They throwing on different beats for me to, because I'm already killing them on my usual stuff, but to adapt to that, so And for the most part, I know I appeal to, the people that like what I like boom bappers, backpackers.
Mm.
I can even some rock community because of the type of beats I use. You know what I'm saying? So I use heavy drums like rock guitars, and so I know that's my demographics. Like, you know what I mean? I went to ambient. You know what I mean? I know like a lot of my friends are white. Some of my bros is like that's my people. You know what I mean? They
Right.
like boom bap. They buy Wu-Tang albums, or stuff that that I know where my lane is. I can do other stuff, yeah. But I know I wouldn't bank on it. If I put out a trap album, I wouldn't bank on you or Jason Pink or something. My bros.
Right.
You probably like, oh, I was all right, bro, but
yeah,
make what you usually do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would get, and that would be some truth. That's what I like. I don't want you to just like, yeah, I hate the yes man. A lot of people, 90% of these people out here got a bunch of yes men and not, don't have that friend that's gonna be like, nah, bro, I don't think you have it. Like, everybody can rap, but that don't mean that you rap well. Like, I know I rap well, and here I am still. You know what I mean? That's choices and things I might not have did right, or whatever the case may be. Or, in fact, I'm just comfortable being an independent artist and not being told what to do. Like, I have a problem with authority, so that's not going to work for me either. Like, but
it's so interesting how many people like that are spend time in the military.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Demographics is like that's what people don't know their style. They're mimicking what they see. So they're what you see and what you gravitate to. You think that, oh, that's what I need to do, and that's the fans that I'm. No, then you have 100 people trying to do that same thing, and they're all trying to creep through that same door at the same time. They're all doing the same thing.
Hopefully not the same thing on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Prestige, and my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City made EZ Bluez is in the building. We got the great BX with us on the program. Easy. I see a light bulb above your head. You guys are talking a whole bunch of intelligent conversation. I didn't want to interrupt. Go ahead, sir.
No, well, that's the key point. And for anyone who's ever, taken a business class or a marketing class, you're going to know this. You have to have your bread and butter. You have to have your money maker, money that an audience that can continue to support what you're doing, and you want to do that. But you also want to try to diversify, and you want to go out there and you want to see if you can jump onto A, B, C, or D to see if that's other money coming through. It's the same thing as per investing. You have, you invest in your normal things like AT&T or like Apple. That stock is going to continue to go through, going to be good. But then you also have to take some of that throwaway money that you had extra, and that's the stuff you put in the high risk aspect, and that's how you're going to grow as a business. And at the end of the day, like, let's be real, we talk about it all the time. This is a business, and what I really want, for the average listener that was not able to follow, I break it down to this one point at all times. Bob Dylan said, if you're going to be an outlaw, you better be honest. And knowing who you are is the most important thing you can do when creating art, because no matter what, we can sniff out the fake. And the fake might have one good song, one hit song, but then they're going back to work in, third shift at the Gap for no apparent reason, and they're not having a successful career. I'm not knocking anyone's hustle. I don't pour salt in anyone's game. Just being honest with it. If this is who you are, you better go out there and you better invest properly. And that's, just now I'm off my soapbox. Feel free to jump back through there. A whole bunch of people are very mad at me right now. They're driving, hitting their wheels. That son of a gun. But truth hurts sometimes, it is what it is.
That's what it is. If that brings it back to like battle rap or competitive stuff. Like, if people was as confident as they thought they was, why wouldn't they participate in this? Why isn't everybody a battle rapper or at the beat, a beat showcase or a beat production, a beat battle? Why don't everybody do that? It's only a select few, and those people stand out as far as their competitive level. Like, it's obvious. So, in a sense, they have a right to talk the way they talk. Like, naturally I talk junk. That's just something that's me. You know what I mean? I'm an Aries. I'm everything that we just discussed. So, but in the MC field and in the musical field, it's gonna be at a higher level because I feel like my peers in the musical field, especially if you're around me, you should feel the same way I feel. You should be high on your craft and all that, just as much as I am. So it's not even a disrespecting when we talk our junk. It's more of a, like just we shadow boxing each other, testing our strength. You know what I'm saying? Because we're aware, we respect each other's craft, and we know like that's one, especially like in the battle community. Like a lot of people, it's like a real its own community of people and family. So you see them go up there and disrespect each other or do, put each other's business out there and all that. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And not everybody, but most of them, the majority of it, and that's what it's about. But like you said, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth or, have a bunch of yes men around them and all that to soothe their feelings. Like it's not even about feelings. Like if you don't have that confidence, aside from having a skill set to even be considered, then it's not gonna work. Like you're wasting your time, wasting studio money time, you're wasting the engineer's time. A lot of time being wasted. You could be doing something else.
No, definitely. And for those who need like an actual visual of what it's like to have a bunch of yes men around you, every year, the first 2 weeks of American Idol, those people who are absolutely horrible that show up on TV and make a complete and total fool of themselves, they have yes men around them. They don't have any real friends because it's plain and simple. If I was their friend, no, bro, you ain't going to do that to yourself. You ain't going to embarrass yourself like that, man. I love you to death and I love your passion. But hey, let's go hit this open mic down here and like just kick a couple back. You don't need to be on national TV. Like, I'm sorry, but we don't need another William Hung, and I don't want you to be that guy. Like, I love you too much. And that needs to be said. It needs to be said on a regular basis. P does it to me all the time.
You need that type of stuff because otherwise you ain't gonna get the truth there. You might go out there and get the truth from somebody else, and you might feel it, feel a whole nother way, like, and go back to your fellas and be like, why you ain't tell me I was whack? Like, you ain't know you was whack.
We've been telling you, you just didn't want to listen.
Yeah, like trying to be a good friend that ain't not hurt your feelings, be sensitive for something.
Right.
Was that the type of environment in No Gimmick?
No Gimmick was like it was like the Wu-Tang, man. Like after watching the series, like that's what No Gimmick was. It's we have so many entities. Everybody had a different skill set. Nobody sounded the same.
Yeah.
And we was moving everywhere. Everywhere you've seen this everywhere. Like, you're still doing stuff now. You know what I mean? So that's one of them, like one in a million type of things to be involved with. Like a lot of people, like, and it was more people than a lot of people acknowledged that was in No Gimmick during my time.
Really?
Like, really? A lot of it. And not to say, some people might have fell off the ship because, they might not have been getting the attention that they wanted or felt they may have been needed to be at the forefront or whatever. But one thing I can say about all that was just the work you put in. Like, it wasn't like Blunt was doing no extra favors, no backflips to push nobody. Like, you know what I mean? What you seen is what you see me, Blunt, Rocky at one point. Like, so it was the ones that was working the hardest. Like I put out three albums there, so that should be obvious. Blunt was sitting on like 10 albums. You know what I mean? He didn't put out a lot of stuff because he's making sure everybody else is right, kind of like doing an artist development thing, like if anything. So that's why you see but he dropped like 4 albums the last year or two. Or he's doing what he should have been doing, and actually working towards something better. I think that is the Biggie Stunt album is probably the hottest album out that I heard within the last year.
And you're so right. It was just like the Wu-Tang Clan. You had so many, just a great plethora of artists just there, and just hearing stories about just what was going on in there. You guys were definitely just making huge amount of moves within New Haven itself. I remember there was times, actually numerous times, where you guys sold out local venues just because your names were on the bill. Like, you guys were the headliners. No other people were opening for you. You were the headliners there, and you were selling out in Toad's place. I remember there was a college you guys almost packed the venue in. What college was that, BX?
That was Eastern.
Eastern,
I believe.
That's big.
That's the one where
That's big.
Fred the Godson was there.
Rest in peace.
That was a dope event, and that was surprising. I did a college show before, like at UNH, but it was like wasn't our event. Like I was one of the headliners up there. So looking at that, I was like, well, maybe then that, because it didn't pop up the way it was supposed to. I'm thinking like, UNH is right here. Some people, I forgot who else. It was a reggaeton artist that was there, about to be in the industry or something. I forgot his name, but I'm expecting it to be kind of big, based off of that. And it wasn't. So I'm just like, maybe it's, college is kind of, I don't know. But the turnout at the show we did, was dope. Dope. A lot of, in the audience wasn't what I expected. Also, like a lot of diversity.
That's healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely is. It definitely is, man. Any shows you guys did outside of Connecticut?
Yeah, we did a couple. Not many as a unit. Like I think I've did the most out of state stuff. But I know me, Blunt Rocky, and Blunt Rocky did a New York show. I want to say Brooklyn. It was a dope show. That was we headlined for Gunplay and Torch, an MG artist.
Wow.
Linked up with them, chilled with them. It was dope. I did we did Atlantic City a couple times. And I think Philly. Atlantic City, Philly, and Brooklyn, I recall. Before my no gimmick times, I performed North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas.
So many to name, huh?
Yeah, like every big town, big town in Texas, pretty much, except San Antonio. I was only one, but Houston, Dallas, Boston,
right,
Corpus Christi, everywhere down
there. It's really interesting because you mentioned the Wu-Tang show earlier, and how that really is an incredible blueprint. For those who have not been watching, you really need to click onto this because, it's a matter of having a vision, following the vision, and having the right pieces. Having the right pieces is so important. The reason why No Gimmick was working the way that it was working because it was the right pieces. The reason why Swank Mob works the way it works is because of the right pieces. Now, what was it like going from like a Swank Mob affiliate to like now actually being Swank Mob? Because you are now, no matter what.
For me, it was the same, in a sense, because I was already around them. Like Crime, my big cousin, me and Crime, like I was like unofficially a EAS member. Like we got Ugly Radio, and before I was No Gimmick, it was me, my boy Buns, and my cousin. We was 4/5 Entertainment, and like even then, like we were still all around each other. We just merged. You know what I mean? It just even with the No Gimmick, like the No Gimmick before No Gimmick was No Gimmick. we had a power meeting of like all the different crews, and like the leader from the crew sat down, and that's what No Gimmick was supposed to originally be. Like the super group of everybody merging and stuff. So
Right.
which it ended up being, but not, not like everybody that the original people that had that meeting, but most of us was there, and Swank, everybody, I know everybody before it was Swank, and I knew Fireman and Reese, I knew Reese when he was in a diaper. So like that's family to me. So it really made sense. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, it's the same thing. The difference in Swank and the No Gimmick is Swank is a super group of producers that happen to be artists. Like more production based. We got music coming out and all that. As you know, but it's kind of like double the competitive level now.
Right.
I'm older now. I'm one of the older ones now instead of being one of the younger ones. So, that's a challenge too, trying to keep up with Reese and, the young boys. But, it's all fun, man. Keep your pen sharp, keep you sharp on the beats.
Definitely. It makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, Easy.
No, go ahead, bro. I was saying that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. Especially with this whole transition of it. But it's just pretty much a generic question, DX. Which do you like better, producing or rapping?
Now production.
Okay.
My mind be all over the place. I can't sit down unless I'm in a studio setting.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit down and write a whole verse like I used. Like I used to sit there and do a whole song. But now go a little bit and go find something else. So unless I'm in the studio setting, then I'm in the studio setting and I can write all day. Because it puts you back in a competitive setting. I'm around. But regular life, being a dad and just chilling. Probably write something down a little bit or say something, get a line in my head, keep it in my head until I put it down.
And there's a lot you can put into the beat too.
Day, We're trying to make a beat. I did every day. I'm doing that.
Nice. No, definitely. Now, you mentioned being a dad. How much does that actually change up the creative structure? Because people don't seem to get it. Like our brains become wired differently because you're not just thinking about yourself anymore. Yeah. So did it really influence your pen game?
For me, yeah, certain things, because you're watching different things or seeing different things from kids. Kids, as they get older, they're interacting about different things. As we become old and uncool. They're keeping you up to date on what's what. So, it's a blessing, as just being a parent. But the different gifts and things that you can pick up from them as you get older, is beneficial because it keeps you in the now with people. Right? So if it translates to my son and my daughters, then I could be cool amongst their people. They people so.
Right.
It's cool. And all my kids are musically inclined some way, pretty much. That part's still cool.
That's awesome.
That really is awesome. Sorry, got a little heartfelt.
You made P have a feeling. You made P have a feeling.
I got a little touch. Just bear with me right now. I don't know what it feels like to be a dad, but I'm like, yo, kind of broke down just a little bit.
You'll be there one day, man. You'll be there one day.
Trust me, I'm taking my time on that. A lot of people say they have kids, but when they actually have kids,
I did not say rush into it. Don't rush into it. You know what I mean?
Don't. Yeah. Pick who you're going to make that mistake with. Really, really, really well. Hone exactly who you're going to make that mistake with.
I'm an old grandfather now.
Word. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
No doubt. Thank you. Just turned 5 months yesterday, actually. Well, not yesterday.
Awesome.
On Saturday, actually. Today's Monday. Saturday.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's awesome. But
Wow.
let's as we talk on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, let's talk a little bit about actually a lot, you know what I'm saying, a good chunk of it, because I think you're really heavy into it, is beat for beat. That was a big part of locally the pandemic last year, because like a lot of independent artists, they were hungry to go to events, because that was at the time where, you know, we always say it in numerous broadcasts of this show, where it was the point of just going out there to different venues and just exposing yourself, spring, summer, and fall. That's when everybody, any genre of music, of independent scene, just goes out and just promotes themselves. And then when everything just stopped with the lockdown, oh my God, what are we gonna do? So it was just right place, right timing just for all you guys. And I know it started with Christopher Woods, and I know it started with DJ Fireman, but how did you get into the mix? I know you're heavily was involved there. You even hosted a couple programs for Beat too.
I once my first battle was with Classic. I volunteered to do the flyer. That was it.
Right.
I'm a presentation. You know, so I did the flyer from there and was doing the flyers up until this season.
Yeah.
And you know, I got two battles and two one-on-one battles and a 2-on-2, the only 2-on-2 battle that we had so far. But I mean, they started it from an idea that we was already previously doing with the beat showcase.
Okay.
Right.
So in actuality, when you say that, I like to be correct about it. Prime is the you know, Prime is the reason. DJ Prime is the reason why this was even an idea for them to, you know, work on and have. Prime had their house. We had the beat showcases there, and you know, it wasn't battles or labeled as battles, but to us, you know, Swipe members, it's treated as battles. So that's why I pay attention. Don't know what watch, understand, to tell what I mean about the approach of how come there with beats. It's not like we're not coming here at the showcases. We're not showcasing the beats. We're coming here to take your head off. Whoever's on the other side of us, objective, doesn't matter. Bros, sis, whatever it is, gonna take your head off. That's just the battle. Battles. You know, or you have some people, a lot of people have like.
You had a lot of good people on there.
It's been about 50 people at least. I would like to see a little bit more come up here. It's not just regulars with match, you know, it's you can watch different matches, some little storylines or whatever it is that you want to do. But it could be something.
BX, we're hearing you just like a little bit in and out with this microphone on the phone. I don't know if you can just
why don't you try muting and then unmuting and see if that affects anything. Now unmute and talk. Now he's still coming off kind of like demonly possessed. It's still a extra effect from Halloween. I'm assuming.
Hold up.
He's got that devil's advocate voice going on right now. It's amazing.
It's November, so it's crazy.
Exactly. But it's so true. Like,
sound good?
how are you feeling? Much better. There you go.
I still got my morning voice on. That's
Yeah, it's still a little bit. But what I love actually about it, and I think you might have been one of the first people to say it in, and this is how long we've been following Beat for Beat, to say it in the comments, is when you're watching these two producers battle, you were like, yo, I'm gonna need that beat. Like I got cash in hand right now. And that is really what I love about that. The entire thing is you've taken a competition and you guys have been able to build this incredible networking aspect. You know, as for, again, referencing the Wu-Tang show and everything, without a good network, without a strong, you know, I say it all the time, you know, we all work better together, and we can actually push further working together. You know, you can only reach but so far when you put your hand out there and then you have someone grabbing that hand, then the extension happens and goes on and goes on. And I will say, I believe, I could be wrong, and I'm sure there's some sort of beat for beat historian who's like, that's not true. This person was actually the first person to say that he wanted to buy the beat. Meow, meow, meow. And whatever, they know where I live. They know where they can find me. It's all good. You know, but you were really the first.
I can tell you this, you know? On beat for beat, I might be the only person that's bought a beat.
Wow.
Like, in the beat showcases, I bought a beat also, and Blunt was the first person at a beat showcase or event to purchase a beat from June Jizzle on the spot.
Right. Yeah. I know that our good brother from Long Island, MJ Holiday, has also bought a beat from Beat for Beat. I know that. And I think he's trying to buy more.
I know somebody. I ain't want to throw because I don't know no names, but I know somebody commented in one of the comments. It might be two, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say Briggs commented or you know, made an attempt. You know what I mean? I don't know if any money exchange like that, but I know I've seen a couple people make an attempt to do so.
Well, and that's kind of what I wanted to highlight is with Beat for Beat, you guys have a platform where you can put your music out there, and hopefully, you know, MCs are watching this and they realize that they can craft the sound and they can figure out what's going forth there. And again, you already have a beat that's being played. There's already a buzz around that beat itself. If you are not an MC watching Beat for Beat and picking which beats and what producers to hook up with, so you can further, you know, project yourself further down the line than where you are right now, you're missing the call. And how can people actually get watch Beat for Beat?
It's on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. You go Beat for Beat. It's BEAT 4. Not the letter. The number 4. And BEAT. Or ultimately, you can, if you're on, check my page, Brandon BX Chapman or Jesus Christ with an X. And you know, typically we share it, but you can go join the fan page, as I said, and get notifications, and they'll let you know. It's 9 o'clock every Monday. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think it's probably like 4 more episodes before a tournament and then the end of the season. So also, if you're a producer and you want to, you know, get involved, contact that same link, leave a message, and they'll get back to you. The fifth season will be starting, I believe, at the top of the year.
Nice.
Right.
Now, again, Facebook is Facebook. We're currently streaming on Facebook right now. But when are we crossing over to YouTube? Because YouTube is where it's at. Especially for the forum. I'm just saying.
We have to talk to see what's on that. I mean, we have a page. It's nothing up there yet. Well, it's stuff up there just unlisted for now, so the audience won't be able to see it. But it's just there was some side things we got to work out as far as, like, you know, the page setup and stuff.
Right.
So, hopefully that should be the goal for the top of the year also. I don't see why not. Definitely has to get onto another platform other than just Facebook.
Right. No. And again, I'm not knocking Facebook at all, but, you know, YouTube does have a wider reach and holds the videos longer. You know, Facebook, you can have, and it happened to you guys this season. where Facebook had a glitch and we lost like 3 to 4 episodes from the back catalog. You can't be doing stuff like that, especially when money's changing hands. This is me again, being my business self.
You definitely right. That I had a whole gripe about that. When they would switch to the new Facebook and none of that made sense. Like if your work's up there, just let your work. Like I don't understand all this extra switching. Yeah, like you said, we wouldn't have those type of problems on YouTube. So it'll make more sense there, or just any platform that's more musical based. Like you have a whole category for that. Like you don't have to with everything else. Like it's about beats, music, and that's what keep it there.
Right.
BX.
No, definitely.
With all these competitions with Beat for Beat and producer showcases, do you feel that everybody wins at the end of the day because exposure's out there?
Yeah, everybody. As far as coming up there, if you come in and participate, that's exposure. Like what I mean. If I'm battling you and my fans don't know you, and vice versa, that's a win-win for both of us. Like if you're doing something good, you know what I mean. The winner and loser aspect of it, perception. Unless unless it's just something clear, unless a person's just whack and not supposed to be there. Like, you know what I mean? That's the only way. Like, because everybody that's there is a good producer. You know what I mean? Rightfully, you're good. It wouldn't even make no sense for you to be here. Or the people that we seek out are not even, you know what I mean? Like, they're good. They have a name already. You know what I mean? So it's not really unless it's judged. Like the tournament was judged. Fireman won that fair and square. So, you know what I mean? I think they did a judgment on what the battle. It was just not long ago. One of them battled. They had judges on that. If when it's judged, then it's different. You got to go with the judges, but even that is still perception. Judges might not know me. One of the judges might not know the music like we know. You know what I'm saying? So it's still perception at the end of the day. But I like to call it for what it is. Somebody gets beat, get some poop dropped down from their leg, then they got beat. You know what I mean?
It is what it is.
Yeah. Don't mean you're whack or nothing. It just means them beats were better. It was more of a battle. Right. Them beats were more battle savvy in a battle environment. I don't really want to. Actually, I hate when people come up there with song, real songy, radio song stuff where not because it's a radio song type beat doesn't mean that it's a battle beat. Like a lot of songs on the radio are real, simplistic. Like, it's just the lyrics on it is what makes the song. Like the beat actually is not nothing to go all crazy about. So you can't come there with nothing like that. You're gonna need some transitions, breakdowns, hard drums, young boys like the 808s. You got to utilize all that in there to win. Like it's not, or even to compete against me or anybody from Swank Prime or you know what I mean. So it's we've been doing this too long. Man. We've been battling each other doing it, silently. So.
Well, unfortunately, we're coming to the very end because obviously I could talk with you for hours upon hours. One caveat I will throw on there real quick though is win, lose, or draw. The competition isn't over when it's over, and try real hard to keep your feelings out of the comment section afterwards because the only thing that does is that devalues your brand moving forward. And if people are going to be mad at me for saying that, they can be mad at me for saying that. They can address me at Preston Wilson on Facebook. You can send all the hate mail to Preston Wilson on Facebook. But besides all that, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you. This next 45 seconds to a minute is all you. Promote your brand and tell them how they can get in touch with you and watch you throw down tonight.
You can reach me on social media platforms at Facebook, Brandon BX Chapman, Instagrams, Jesus Christ, at Jesus Christ, or the power of Christ compels you. Twitter, same thing, Jesus Christ. Instagram, same thing. Find my music on Spotify, Tidal, all music platforms pretty much. Like 4 albums. I'm about to re-release my I Declare album from 2012. Found that, and tune in for the Grumps, the Gons. Yeah, that's about it. And Swank is the mob.
That's awesome. Swank is the mob.
DX, thank you for being part of the program. We appreciate you, man. Best of luck tonight on Beat for Beat. This has been WNHH LP 103.5 FM. I'm Prestige with my partner in crime, Easy Bluez, and this is Behind the Brand.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Xellence, am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know. Spending time all alone, sending my songs through the phone, dreaming of a better home, while focused on trying to hone this craft, witchcraft. I hope the Bluez let this last.
I don't know